Hey everyone, my name is Am Knook and welcome to my Facebook page. In this makeup tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this glamorous cut crease tutorial. And in this video, I will be using all Jade Cosmetics makeup products. So hopefully by the end of this video, you can learn how to do this on your own eyes as well. So the first thing you want to do is take a eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Jade Cosmetics Essentials Eyelid Primer, and I'm going to apply a few dots on the eyelid and then blend it all over my eyelid. What a primer does, it removes the redness from the eyelid. It will make sure that your eyeshadow is going to stay longer in place, and it's going to make the eyeshadows look more pigmented. So never skip this part. So now I'm going to go in with this gorgeous Flare palette, which has some neutral shades, some bronzy shades, super pretty. And I'm going to go in with this kind of like a reddish burgundy color and start blending this all the way like in my crease area. When I'm going like in the area where I'm blending right now, I'm blending it up a little bit higher towards my brow because I'm going to create quite a high crease effect in today's video, which is going to give the appearance that your eyelid is a lot bigger than it actually is. That's what I personally really like when it comes to a cut crease. You create the illusion that your eyelid is a different shape, which I think is super cool. You create a lot more eyelid space, so also more space for your eyeshadows that you want to apply on your eyelid. So first I applied that shade in the crease, and now I'm focusing more at the outer part of the eyelid, kind of creating a winged shape that kind of goes like in a triangle at the outer portion. This gives a really nice flary effect, which I personally really like. So now I'm going in with this dark brown color, and I'm going to take a super tiny brush and apply this right in my crease area, or at least not my natural crease line, but the line where I want my crease to be, to kind of create that fake crease effect. Now the reason I'm using a very tiny brush is to work really precise in that area, and I just want to create more depth by using a darker shade, and this kind of creates a shadowy, darker effect. So I'm just following the same line as I just did with the previous color, again creating that kind of flare effect, that winged effect at the outer end of the eyelid. And just take your time with this. Don't focus too much on the eyeshadow that is below this line, because we're going to cover that up with some concealer. But just make sure that the outer edges of where you're blending this looks really softly blended. So now I'm going in with this concealer, which is the Jade Cosmetics Extreme Cover Concealer, and I'm using it in the shade 17 Ivory. So I'm going to take a flat concealer brush and create a line right underneath where I created that cut crease effect. So this is going to make it look super sharp, and I always personally really like to take my time with this, because this I feel like is one of the most important steps when it comes to creating a cut crease. If you make sure that this looks super sharp, you can't really go wrong anymore afterwards. So just take your time with this, just apply a tiny bit and just work with that. If you need more product, you can always add more of that concealer on your brush, but just take it slow. So I'm kind of creating that round effect quite up high towards my brow, and then at the outer portion I don't want to drag it all the way down, but just kind of filling up the eyelid, adding a little bit more product and like sweeping everything so everything looks nicely covered. And I still kind of want that winged effect at the outer portion, so I created that with the concealer as well. So now I added a little bit more of that reddish burgundy color and just made sure that it looks even more nicely blended out. You can always go back in with the reddish shade or with the brown shade just to make it look better. So now I'm going in with this super light shimmery color, and I'm gonna apply this all over my eyelid. So that's what is really nice, because we use the concealer, which kind of creates like a light base all over the eyelid, which also helps to make this color stand out more. So I'm just packing this all over where I applied the concealer. You can also make your brush wet. I did that. This will intensify the eyeshadow a little bit and make it more shimmery. This is a super cool trick that you can do with any eyeshadow. By making your brush wet, it just intensifies the eyeshadows. So now next I'm going in with this golden coppery color, and I'm gonna apply this on the outer portion of the eyelid, so kind of into that winged shape. So just filling that up with this beautiful color, I wanted to first keep it with the light shade only, but I feel like this makes it look so much more pretty. So now for the next step, I'm gonna take this eye pencil, which is called the Jade Cosmetics eyeliner in Intense Black. The color is 300, and I'm gonna use this to create a line above the lash line. I'm not working super precise, just creating a simple line above the lash line, and then again taking that dark brown color, and I'm gonna use this to smudge out the eyeliner. You could also go in with a liquid liner if you prefer, but I wanted to do more like a smudgy eyeliner effect to keep it more soft and blend it out, just like we did with the crease area. I feel like this gives more of a softer finish, which I really like. And besides that, it's also easier, so if you're a beginner in makeup and you maybe struggle with creating like a wing liner or applying eyeliner in general, this is a lot easier because you don't have to apply the eyeliner pencil too precise. Just create a line and do the smudging with the eyeshadow, and that will kind of do the work for you because you want it to look smudgy, so you don't really have to be focused on making it look really precise. So now I'm taking a little bit more of the concealer that I used earlier for the eyelid and used a very tiny amount right underneath the eyelid to make it look more sharp. And this will just make everything look so much more clean. Then taking that pencil again, which we just used for the eyelids, and now using it in the waterline. I wanted to create the lower lash line a bit more smoky since we did kind of light colors on the eyelids. I just wanted to make this whole look a little bit more smoky glamorous. So now for underneath the lower lash line, I'm going back in with the dark brown color that comes in the Flare palette, and I'm going to use this right underneath the lower lash line. Just sweeping my brush back and forward and kind of pressing the product underneath the lower lash line. What I also like to do is apply a little bit on top of the waterline, so the eyeshadow really connects with the pencil in the waterline, and you will see no skin like in between the eyeshadow and the eye pencil in the waterline. So now again, going in with that reddish color and using this to blend out the lower lash line. Just sweeping my brush back and forward and just applying a little bit more and more. I'm just making sure that that dark brown color looks a little bit more softer blended out with this reddish color. And since I used the same colors in my crease, everything looks now really nicely together. So I quickly curled my lashes, and now it's time for mascara. I'm gonna go in with the Jade Cosmetics High Lash Lengthening and Lifting Mascara, which is a really nice mascara. It goes from like a bigger wand to more of like a tinier tip, which I personally really like when it comes to mascaras. So I'm just gonna jiggle this into my lashes. I'm gonna try to make them look as glamorous as possible. Now you could either leave it like this and only use mascara, but if you want, of course, you can also apply some false lashes, which will just make this eye look a lot more glamorous. So I quickly applied some lashes, and then here you have the finished result of the eyes. I really hope you all like how it turned out. So if you want to keep watching, I'm also going to show you how I finished off the rest of my face. So I went in with the Jade Cosmetics Everlasting Lip Liner in the color 83 Plummy, and I'm going to use this to line my lips. I am going for kind of like a lip combination that matches really nicely with the eyeshadows I used today. It's kind of like a soft mauve-y effect on the lips, which just goes really well with the eyes. So the liquid lipstick I'm gonna use is the, let me check what the name is, Petal Velvet 725 Idyllic. That's the color of this liquid lipstick. Super pretty. So when you apply it, it's liquidy, but it will dry into a matte finish. Super pretty. So now I'm gonna go in with the blush and highlighter trio, which is the Selfie number 2. Such a beautiful pinky rose color. So I'm just gonna use a mixture of all 3 colors and blend this on the apples of my cheeks. Again, the color of the blush goes really well together with the rest of the face makeup. I just really like how everything looks. So now I'm gonna go in with this highlighter palette, which is the Everglow highlighter palette by Jade Cosmetics. I'm applying this on the highest points of my cheeks just to add a little bit of glow to this whole makeup look, which is perfect for the holidays, to add a little bit more glam to my face. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.